Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge, here to review some Seattle Seahawks action as we win 37-30 against the Minnesota Vikings at home at CenturyLink Field in Seattle on Monday Night Football prime time, baby! And you know what? Cable Thanos deserves a massive shout for his immaculate Photoshop picture of Baby Yoda, Russell Wilson gear. And that may have been one of the catalysts as to why we won the game. And of course, you have Dave Matthews, raising the 12 flag. You also have Russell Wilson mic'd up, Pete Carroll on the sideline, chewing his gum, ready to go, hoping for a good game. And we got a good game. We got a good game today. And in the first quarter, it felt like a good back and forth. You had, of course, Minnesota striking first, which sucks if you're a Seattle fan, of course. But it's Dalvin Cook. And Kirk Cousins just getting at our defense, just slicing it up. A little 36-yard reception actually killed that drive too. So Seattle trails early, 7-0. But Russell Wilson just doing what he does best. Fucking mows down the field. Takes plenty of time off the clock. 8-minute drive. And it's Chris Carson able to fucking pound the rock in. No goddamn problem with 11 seconds left in the first quarter. So now you tie at 7-7. And you're thinking to yourself, all right, Russell's look good, but bit of an issue I had in that first quarter and something that persisted throughout this game was Russell was holding onto the ball too much. I felt there were times where Russell would hold onto the ball way too long and it would either cost the team a dumb, unnecessary mistake or just look off. I don't know. I just didn't really like the way he was excessively holding the ball at times. But with Seattle tying the score, you confidently walk into the second quarter hoping that, hey, maybe we can get some things rolling. Maybe we can get some things going. And yeah, both defenses, Seattle and Minnesota, just giving each offenses a bit of a rough time going at it. And unfortunately for the Seattle Seahawks, the thing that really could have turned this game over its head was the funky interception by Harris. Now, let me kind of describe the interception the way it happened and the way I recall it. Russell Wilson's trying to throw the ball bounced off Joey Hunt's back. Russell Wilson's trying to swat that shit down, and with an unlucky bounce again, the ball lands squarely into Harris's hands. The dude fucking walks in for an easy pick six. That's the first of his career. And the Seattle Seahawks are down 14-7 with 5 minutes or so remaining in the second quarter. Frustrating, I know, but not as frustrating and yelly as I was watching this shit. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Why the fuck did we just... That's some unlucky bullshit. And it was. And for Seattle fans, you're just hoping that, okay, cool. We're going to get the ball back. Let's hope we can get something rolling. And Seattle only has to settle for a 29-yard field goal by Myers because I felt Russell's really forcing the issue in the red zone when he didn't need to. And with a couple of them looking real dangerous, we dodge a huge bullet and able to pull the game back 14-10 and thinking, okay, got to get some stops, maybe a turnover, and we'll end the fucking first half. Right? Shouldn't be a problem. And Clowney actually does create a problem for the Minnesota Vikings where he does create the fumble, but Minnesota able to retain the ball and mows down the field for a Dan Bailey field goal. 47-yard attempt, and it goes in. Minnesota walks into the locker room at halftime, leading 17-10 against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle at CenturyLink Field. But as a Seattle Seahawks fan, you're just sitting there like, dude, we've been here before. We've come from behind before many times. And, a pick six, only second of Russell's, in the season, I'm not panicking all that much. Because I'm looking at the Minnesota Vikings and thinking, Kirk Cousins did okay, but Derp Cousins is about to show up real soon. And boy, oh boy, what a strange, strange prediction, but weirdly accurate. Now, here's the thing. Seattle actually creates a fumble, but it's reversed, called an incomplete pass. But you saw how Seattle was disrupting Kirk Cousins and that Minnesota offense early into the second half. And thankfully for Seattle, they are able to capitalize on good offensive momentum. And it's Rashad Penny with the fucking beautiful run. And to get him there, it's DK Metcalf who have... I mean, the way he was catching some of these balls by Russell Wilson, impressive. And the run after the catch is also impressive for DK Metcalf. So you have this point of, okay, cool, we're going to have Russ pass maybe 2-3 passes down this drive and emphasize the running game, which I've been begging fucking Seattle to do for quite some time. But you have the dual tandem of Chris Carson and Rashad Penny pounding the fucking rock in, and boy, oh boy, did it work, and it was a beauty for a Seattle Seahawks touchdown, leading the boys down to a potential heated battle down the line. So you equalize 17-17, and you get back on defense hoping for some good things to happen. And good things do happen in the form of Bradley McDougald fumbling the ball out of Dalvin Cook's hand, and Seattle has the ball inside the 30. And, you know, it's unfortunate because on that play where Dalvin Cook actually fumbles the ball, he exits the game with a bit of a shoulder injury, if I'm not mistaken, and was questionable to return. Never really saw the light of day on the field. Unfortunate for him. Stephon Diggs actually got a bit of a knock there, but comes back to the game throughout and just causes havoc for the Seattle Seahawks moving forward. But before they wreak havoc, Seattle fucking bitch slaps Minnesota first. Jason Myers, 29-yard field goal attempt. Yeah, wish we got a touchdown on that, but got some points on the board. Now Seattle led 20-17. And yeah, I loved how the running game was handling themselves, but again, Russell Wilson inside the red zone wasn't all that pretty, wasn't all too great, but here we go. Seattle now leading, and you see the way Seattle's defense wanted to step up big in that third quarter. They wanted to make sure that nothing got through, right? I mean, the way they were down off of pick six. Cool. That's not on them. Let's show them what's up. And in the third quarter, really, I think Seattle's defense flat out showed everybody, like, yeah, don't overlook us. Don't overlook us, national media. We're going to fuck shit up. And thanks to the valiant efforts of the defense, Seattle's offense is able to get back on the field. And Russell Wilson throwing a 60-yard bomber to David Moore with not even 50 seconds left, only 5 seconds left in the third quarter. And you just see Russell Wilson taking advantage of this secondary. Xavier Rhodes kind of off his mark, and Russ just throws the ball squarely into David Moore to have the Seattle Seahawks lead 27-17 by the end of the third quarter. And you're up 10 points. You're feeling great. You're at home. And so what do? Well, you carry the fucking juice and momentum forward. You do. Trey Flowers with the fucking interception. Oh, boy. It's a bounce off of Stephon Diggs' hand, but, oh, man, for Trey Flowers to get that interception, it was huge. Big, big, big play. For Seattle to not do him justice of, only scoring 3 points. Wasn't right this time around. And thankfully, they got it right. Rashad Penny with the 13-yard touchdown reception from Russell Wilson. And it puts the Seahawks back in a dominant position, leading 34-17. And it's all thanks to Derp Cousins. I'm looking at that shit like, oh shit, Derp Cousins. Shout out to Derp Cousins and Stephon Diggs. Mr. Solid Hands, but just ball kind of popped out there. And you would think Seattle, the defense that showed up in the third quarter that gave up no points, right? 17 unanswered points in the third quarter for Seattle, 0 points unanswered hence, right? And Seattle looked to continue that trend after that touchdown, right? 24 unanswered points, you're looking fucking good. But Treadwell gets the wide open pass from Kirk Cousins. I mean, wide open. Bradley McDougald completely blew this fucking assignment for that touchdown. And now the score is only 24-34. Now I'm kind of freaking out. Okay, 10 points is not a significant lead. It's not. Never in the NFL. And when Seattle is down, fourth down, there's a great fake play by Travis Homer to gain a 29-yard run. But unfortunately, on that same fucking drive, DK Metcalf fumbles the ball. Now, I know the immediate reaction by, Seattle Seahawks fans or just, reactionary fans is, oh, we got to not start DK. He's terrible with the fumbles. You also have to realize that DK made some really crucial catches, early in this game to get us to the red zone and, the touchdowns. I mean, without him, Penny and CeCe don't get the fucking touchdowns. So calm the fuck down on the DK hatred real quick. I know everybody wants to get on that shit, but chill the fuck out. The dude's a rookie. He's going to figure shit out real soon. Now, here's the thing. When that shit happens, it's just frustrating because Minnesota can answer back, and they do. They do. Kyle Rudolph, with about 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, gets a one-handed grab inside the end zone. Automatic touchdown there. And the culmination to this touchdown was a bad turnover, a really bad passer interference by Trey Flowers, and Seahawks, basically giving away a touchdown here. So you're thinking, wow, they're going to score, they're only going to be bound down by 3 points, and then really it's anybody's game, in terms of how the juice and fucking flow and all that shit goes into the game, right? But thankfully, Dan Bailey misses the PAT. Seahawks are still up 34-30 with 7 minutes to go. And god damn it, man. I mean, damn well what Russell Wilson can do with that time. But again, unfortunately, Russell Wilson holds onto the ball too long in the subsequent drive. And we're forced to give the ball back to Minnesota. Now, Minnesota, with the actual ball, able to do just enough to give themselves hope, but, oh my God, on 4th and 3, okay, Minnesota on 4th and 3, with their game on the line, they decide to throw it. I don't know why Zimmer felt it was necessary to have Kirk Cousins throw excessively down the final stretch of the game when Madison was running pretty well, relatively speaking. But Panic City. It's Panic City. Fourth and third, nothing comes of it. Incomplete pass. Our fucking Seattle Seahawks boys does what's good. I mean, they fucking run the ball in. Russell Wilson passes here and there. Although, unfortunate that we couldn't capitalize on the third down. But Jason Myers getting the field goal with 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter brings the Seattle Seahawks up 37-30. Now, after the field goal, you got to give the ball back to poor little Minnesota. And the way the ball, I guess, squib, right? Is that the fucking word? Guys, you got to forgive me. There's times I don't know fucking certain terminology and shit, but little context, didn't really watch football until 2015, so just trying to still get all the terms and shit together. But that's a little side note, right? The major fucking note with 20 some odd seconds left is the fact that when Minnesota gets the ball on special team, they fumble it. I couldn't fucking believe that shit. Minnesota fumbled the ball in the kick return and just, oh my fucking God, it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. Not only did it started from Dan Bailey's missed field goal, missed PAT. It continued to Kirk Cousins, Derp Cousins, and the Minnesota defense just letting Seattle march on, and then special teams. All four facets of Minnesota came together to give Seattle a win in the final stages of the fourth quarter. That's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie to you, that is pretty impressive. Whew. And let's take a deep breath here. Deep sigh of relief, because oh my god, what a fucking game. What a fucking game. I was tensed up all goddamn game. I was. But when ESPN kept showing me this record that Kirk Cousins has on Monday Night Football, I wasn't really panicking. Coming into this game, Kirk Cousins was 0-8 on Monday Night Football. With this game, I mean, it only got worse. So the dude made 22 passes on 38 attempts, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, a QBR rating of 87.2, which I don't really give a shit. But now Kirk is 0-9 on Monday Night Football. 0-9. You fucking kidding me? Derp Cousins? Holy shit. I don't really have a lot to say about Minnesota. I feel like they shit the proverbial bed when they could have had it. They could have absolutely had it. None of their rushers went over 30 yards. Dalvin Cook, Madison, I mean, hell, even Diggs had a fucking run in there, but mounted to nothing. And, you know, the narrative of Kirk Cousins choking it big on prime time, it will persist. It will continue. And you know what? I've gotten a lot of shit for talking shit about Kirk Cousins. But guess what? When he was going on those long little streaks of wins, I figured, no, he's going to regress back to the mean. Just watch Derp Cousins regress back to the fucking mean, because that's what Derp Cousins does. Like, dude, what the fuck are we talking about here? It's Derp Cousins. And I know that seems a little bit unfair and mean, but you pay him that much fucking money, he better do more. For him to just, oh my god, on fucking script, not show up at 4th and 3rd, oh my god. And you gotta question the fucking play calling, you do, but, oh, Derp Cousins, Derp fucking Cousins. And I couldn't fucking stand good Booger McFarland just emphasizing that point. I mean, I can't stand Booger McFarland, period. The dude sucks. He's a terrible fucking analyst, commentator, whatever the fuck you need to call him to give him a job in the ESPN, NFL fucking announcing and shit. Dude, he kept fucking telling everybody, like, oh man, you know, Kirk Cousins, the perception is that he's not a winning quarterback, but he has time to prove it. He kept saying that shit even after the game. Like, Booger, shut the fuck up. Can you just shut the fuck up? Is there an option on ESPN to just mute Booger McFarland and maybe put in a wacky cartoon voice so that way I can process the game better? Shit, man. Oh, that motherfucker's just awful. But who isn't awful is Russell Wilson. That's right. You like how I fucking put that there? But goddamn, Russell Wilson likes how he puts his ball in the goddamn hands of his receivers. And yeah, on a night where Russell Wilson wasn't all too fantastic, he still had 21 passes on 31 attempts, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a QB rating of 98.9. And Russ is 9-2 in Monday Night Football since being a starting quarterback. That is wild. That is just fucking wild, dude. Now, of course, it's helped by our fantastic running game for the Seattle Seahawks. Chris Carson, 102 yards, 23 attempts, 1 touchdown. Rashad Penny, 74 yards, 15 attempts, and 1 touchdown. Of course, he got another touchdown on the reception. Russell Wilson. And Travis Homer, 29 yards on the special teams. Huge shout out to Travis Homer on that special team play. That shit was fucking dope. That fake run. Oh my god. And you know, I kind of stutter and have to, you know, be taken aback because I really felt that freak interception in the first half that could have really cost us the game. But here we are, sitting here, both quarterbacks with kind of freakish interceptions and Seattle coming out on top. You have no idea how fucking much I thought, I was panicking at those last moments, like, oh my god, I can't believe we're gonna fucking possibly give this game up when it was only 34-30, because you could have given the ball back to Minnesota. And the funny thing is, on the Monday Night Football preview from Sky High episode yesterday, number 32, I predicted the Seattle Seahawks would win 26-18 by 8 points. Now, they only win by 7 points, and the scoreline was much, 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 much bigger than that shit. But ultimately, the Seattle Seahawks grabbed the win there. And with this win, with this Seattle Seahawks win, the Seattle Seahawks are now first in the NFC West. And yes, we have a difficult task next week. Sunday Night Football, the LA Rams at the LA Coliseum. We have to beat them. We have to beat the fuck out of them. And the Saints will be hosting the San Francisco 49ers. So all we can hope for is do our best, win, and just keep it going. We can't really control what everybody else is doing outside our team, so let's just control what we do, right? Let's just go out there and win games. And your Seattle Seahawks, ladies and gentlemen, are 10-2. Oh my god. We're 10-2! Oh my god, dude. I can't fucking believe it. I cannot fucking believe it. We still got 4 more games left in the NFL season, and we could seriously finish 14-2. We can seriously finish at 14-2. So let's go. Let's go for it. Let's go at it. Go Hawks. Fuck, man. What a great win. Boys and girls, follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents.